Hello, and welcome to another OddBytes. This is kind of part two, sort of following on from the last video we did, Castle Explorer. This is another DK furry disc with the Daily Mail, and this is called History of the World. It's more of an encyclopedia, really, virtual encyclopedia. Before we dive in and have a look at all the different things on this, let's have a little look at the box, as we always. Right, okay, so you remember in the last video we looked at this, Castle Explorer, but today we're looking at this. History of the World, move that shot. History of the World 2.0, absolutely must for schools, parents, just about everybody. 21st century of life. So yeah, so this is along with the Castle Explorer was free out of a newspaper. In the Daily Mail, just from there. Whoa, just starting out Daily Mail, just there. Let me just turn it over and show you the back. Below on the back. Examine the history of the world 2.0 as the ultimate eyewitness. Examine eyewitness history of the world 2.0, the ultimate interactive encyclopedia of world history for all the fun and enjoy, spanning from prehistoric times to modern era, dazzling animations, videos, sound bites, informative maps, and authoritative text articles, bring to life the people, places, events that have shaped the world history. This enormous enhanced version of the claimed through the world answers all your questions of the history of our world. Over 500,000 words, over 2,000 screens, 30,000 videos, 30 video sequences, 80 animations, 3.5 hours of audio, over 800 pictures, over 3,000 subjects, distinct subject links. Yeah. Now the only piece of requirements. Now amazingly, unlike the Castle Explorer that wouldn't work on Windows 10, had to do it on an XP. This does work on Windows 10, so that blew my mind slightly. But they are the specs there, which you can work out. Same as they are on the Castle Explorer. But yeah, 2007, so the Castle starts 13 years ago. And that's pretty much it, really, from it. And so there's the Castle Explorer box as well. So yeah. But the only two I've got out of this series, sadly. But yeah, but they both got this free out of the newspaper, and then it sat in a drawer in a box for 13 years. And then I came across them and thought, oh, this would be good for OddBytes. You see? So, there we go. Right, let's go back and explore this thing, shall we? Right, let's have a look at this. So what have we got here? We've got the Americas, we've got Who's Who. Let's pick... What's this do? Let's see. Spins the globe. World at War. Can we do anything with the globe? Yes, we can. Why is this specifically looking at America?
Mexican Revolution.
Oh,
the revolution began in 1910 as an uprising by landless peasants.
Oh, why is it
The revolution began in 1910 as an uprising by landless peasants against the dictatorial rule of President Porfirio Diaz. After Diaz was forced to resign, there were short-lived regimes, peasant uprisings, and unwanted American military interventions. All these factors caused chaos as local groups fought one another. The Constitution of 1917 solved some of the peasants' problems and helped the modern Mexican state to develop.
Okay, I think that's... And what's after that? What's in that? Why is it only America we can look at? I don't go. We can... I hadn't noticed a slider.
Western Europe. World War II left Europe and its economy in ruin.
Yeah, we don't need to go listen to all that. You see, what's this? Oh, you can look up things. Okay, interesting. Right. Interesting. Is that really interesting? How do I get off the screen? Right, cancel. Cancel. What else have we got? What's the TV screen do?
Wars on television.
Oh, I see. So can we...
The Six-Day War began on the 5th of June 1967, when Israel launched a devastating attack on Egypt's airfields. On the 6th and 7th of June, Israel took the Sinai region from Egypt. On the 7th of June, Israel occupied the West Bank and East Jerusalem, which were part of Jordan. On the 9th of June, Israel fought a battle to take the Golan Heights from Syria. During only 6 days of war, Israel had fought Egypt, Jordan and Syria and captured territory from all three. The UN called on Israel to withdraw and eventually set up buffer zones to help keep the peace. The territories remained in dispute for decades.
Right, okay, that's interesting. And I like how there's like, something like, oh, 1981, let's see, because that'll be a bit more...
In 1990, President Saddam Hussein of Iraq caused a crisis in the Gulf by sending troops to seize Kuwait. The UN protested, but Saddam refused to retreat. On the 17th of January 1991, Allied forces began 6 weeks of airborne attacks against Iraq's military targets, roads and factories, using some of the most sophisticated weapons ever devised. Iraqi troops were finally driven from Kuwait in a land offensive that lasted only 4 days. As Iraqi troops retreated, they deliberately set fire to Kuwait's oil wells. This created a pollution problem on a global scale as thick black clouds of oil smoke turned day into night. The country of Kuwait was left devastated.
I am quite liking how there's a video stuff you can watch. That's pretty cool.
Non-violent protest.
The king was assassinated. Yeah, I didn't. So. Just a navigator. What's that? Oh, that just takes you to different things. Right, fair enough. What does that do? Oh, so that you can print stuff off. Right. Because after all, these are learning aids. That's what they're for. Christmas. What's this? People, places, event. Okay, we'll start with people, shall we? Oh, actually, these are topics. New game. Right, okay. 1 player, 10 questions, 2-minute game. Okay, all subjects. Okay. What title did the Greeks give to Hippocrates? Father of medicine, conqueror of Troy, god of healing. It's either the top or the bottom one. The father of medicine or god of healing. It's one of the two. No. Oh, it's father of medicine. Okay. Next question. Which country saw last United States in? It's gonna be Canada, is it not? No, Russia then. There we go. Which 2 metals are work to make bronze? Silver, gold, copper, and tin, iron, and lead. That would be copper and tin. Yeah. In feudal times, what was a serf? A serf was a blacksmith. No, a peasant farmer. Yeah. What was inside a Shumu mummy bundle? 5 dead body. Yeah. What was prompted the British to send troops to Egypt in 1956? No. That was a guess. When was he was assassinated in 1968? Yeah, I did that at school. So stuck with me that. Where did Manchurians of China come from? North of the Great Wall, turn out and go there. North of the wall. Yeah. What colour television first? When was colour television first broadcast? It was around the coronation, so that would be 53. Yeah. Who was first Emperor? Mongol Emperor of China. Genghis Khan. Was it Genghis Khan? No, Kublai Khan. Yeah. 18 seconds. End of game. That's quite good fun. That, and I can do that. Been quite useful for learning things. What are these informations? Well, it just tells you about stuff. Quite interesting, yeah. Information, and then there's different ones on here, I guess. Documents, is that the same thing? That's just a list of more things you can read.
Mao's Little Red Book.
Yeah. Oh, there's a video. That video?
Mao's communist regime kept the Chinese population under tight control.
Yeah, not much of that, but yeah, that's another video. Except it wasn't playing in full, but yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think this is quite useful. I think compared to the Castle Explorer, which I've got to be honest, I didn't feel like you would get much information. It was more looking at the pictures of what things look like. This is pretty impressive. And again, as I said for the previous one, the Castle Explorer, for free disc, I think it's something it's free. I think it's amazing. And if I was given this, teenage was given to school, when I did just see history, I would have been, over the moon with it. So yeah, I'm quite impressed. I have just spotted there's a history quest. Is that the same thing? Before we go, what is the history quest? This quest is to answer 2 riddles to reach the prize in the hidden crystal. There's 6 riddles to answer for every prize. To answer each riddle, click on the correct picture in the encyclopedia. There are hints to help you if you need them. Now select either new... Oh, okay. This is different. This is very different. Getting Crystal Maze vibes here, right? As to colour crystals, to see the question topics, choose a topic by clicking on the crystal. Each correct answer earns a crystal segment. Once the crystal's complete, the prize will be revealed. Okay. Cities, warfare, great with technology. Start with that. What have I got to do here? Click on the segment of the crystal to obtain your first clue. When you think you have it... What? This machine... Why is it moved that down there? That's not good. There we go. Machine was the first to use steam power. Oh, I got to click on it on the thing. On here. Somewhere, maybe. Layer device for measuring earthquakes. The machine was built of Carl's Burn's factory. The building device was by soldiers. Eventually showed how the earth and a planet would on the sun. First to use steam power.
Moon landing.
I don't understand how this works. No, not moon landing. Am I supposed to find something? Oh, hang on. What's that there? Does that fill the fire up? No. Okay, I don't know how that works. But you're supposed to find thing and it fills the box up, but I can't see anything on there that's to do with that. So I'm a bit confused. Right, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm not quite sure how that questing works. Yeah. So as I just said, the video I just said, I think for something that's free, it's pretty good. And that sadly is all I have of this DK3 collection, which is a shame because it would be interesting to go through more of them. But yeah, and don't forget part 1 of the Castle Explorers. I'll put a link to link them two together. And yeah, and so just to say that if you like what you see, please subscribe. And that's it. Until next time, goodbye.